Hi everyone, it's Charlene, one half of the Flights of Fancy Stitchers. Today is the 27th of December and this is video number 151. I am coming to you kind of impromptu, kind of not. We had some stuff to take care of today and I actually had to, fix my hair and put some makeup on and I almost look like a human being, so thought I would come and say hi. And I will not apologize, but we'll let you know that there will probably be some interruptions. Dalton is getting ready to irrigate plants, so if you hear water running, and I'm also expecting a phone call from hubby to let me know he made it to work on time. So again, not apologizing, just letting you know that there will be sounds and interruptions. So I'm going to come to you. I don't think this is going to be the last video of the year. I will try to get one done before the new year, but we'll see what the new year brings, or see what the next week brings. Preston is going to be on night shift for the foreseeable future, probably into late next week or sometime next week. So that will make a difference on when I'm able to do my videos too. So I will show you what I have been working on since I came to you last. Excuse me. One of the things that I worked on, because we're into a new season, so I took a day, and I did not write that down, I apologize. I also forgot to grab my numbers. Hold that thought just a second, guys. Sorry about that. I had to have my assistant grab a book for me. Okay, so I will read you what my numbers are from my handy dandy little journal. So as of last night, I am at 8,404 for the month, and for the year I am at 128,048 stitches. So my goal of 130,000 is very doable, which makes me very happy. All right, before I go any further, I will show you my ornament. It's so pretty. So I came up with a new plan, and I'll talk about that when we get to this other project. I have an idea for my orts and my ornaments for next year. So, all right. So what I have worked on, Flosstubers that I have watched. I have watched Janet Jabber. Hi, Janet. Thank you for the Christmas card, by the way. I have watched Helen D, who is also East Coast Crafter. And of course, I've watched Sarah Stitch and Mommy, who, if you go check out her Etsy shop, she has a new temperature piece, I guess we want to call it, for this year, or well, going into 25. Has like all kinds of cool specialty stitches, so make sure you go check her out too. Where am I at? I guess we're going to show you where we're at with things we've been working on. So as I started to tell you, one of the things that I worked on, because we're into a new season, was my stitching shelf, and hopefully it doesn't blow out too bad. It's Amy Stewart, and I'm doing the mini version. So I work on the appropriate seasons, and of course now that we're into winter, unfortunately I didn't get to work on it the first day of winter, but I worked on it a couple of days later, and I put in, well, I spent one evening working on almost to the bottom, and so I have all 4 seasons on there now. So spring, summer, fall, and then winter. And I thought this bottom like 11, 12, 15 stitches was white. I was like, oh, I'll wait and do it last. Like, and I know I'm going to wash it, but still. But then I got to looking at on Pattern Keeper, it's actually 37.56, which yes, will still get as dirty, but it doesn't frustrate me like white does. I hate sewing with white. White and 7.62 are probably the 2 colors I dislike the most. So anyway, but I am on my way into winter, and I started this on leap year this year, and I wanted to finish this on or before leap year of 28. And now I have misplaced my magnets. And I realized that I need to step up my game. Like I need to give this more love than I'm giving it. So hopefully you will see that more as I'm able to give it more love. Next thing I worked on, I actually finished this, I think, the day after I filmed last. And I am talking about My Necessity, and I got my row for the month done. Love this piece. And so each row gets a month. And so I was on this row right here. And I've got all kinds of fur people in here today. Jinxie's behind me. This is my piece. So I finished off this row, and I had a pretty good sized strand of thread left after I finished this row. So I came down and I started on this one. So I have got a good start on January. And I'm hoping to stick with that to get this done in time. My goal, by doing a row every month, I can have this done in time for Preston for Valentine's Day of 26. That's my goal. Hey Luna, do you want to say hi to the peoples? Let's see if you'll let me get him. Come here. Come here. Oh, big boy. Oh, goodness. Do you want to say hi to the peoples? Yeah, this is my tall boy. He is such a tall kitty. He can stand on the floor in the kitchen. Say hi. No. Okay, I'll put you down. He can stand on the floor in the kitchen, and his head is above the top of my counters. He's so tall, so I call him my tall boy, but his name is Luna. He has other names that are not appropriate, that I won't say on here, because he can be kind of a brat. My husband says that he is actually an orange cat, but he only got splotches of orange instead of all orange because he's kind of a jerk. Oh yes, and there's the Snoopy. The Snoopy is such a good dog. She's my border collie Ozzy. Okay, next thing to show you. I know I'm talking to imaginary peoples, huh? I know. So on the first day of winter, I did start a new project. I started Winter Bird. And the reason that I did not start the Christmas bird was because I already have either 3 or 4 projects that I have started, you know, on various Christmases. And I'm trying really hard to get away from having projects with the same anniversary dates. And that goes hand in hand with my future plans to, you know, work on that project for its anniversary. And like I said, I know for sure I have 3 and maybe 4 projects for Christmas. So I'll start it eventually, but not right now. So, but I did start this one. Yes, I know, I'm talking to the peoples. You good dog. And this is where I got to. I don't have the fancy counting pens. I just use my sewing pens. Just a second. Sorry, he made it, so it's all good. We've got weather and construction and yeah, so just like to know he made it in okay. All right, so anyway, back to Winter Bird. So I just use regular sewing pins to do my counting. I don't have anything fancy. These, I prefer the longer 2-inch pins when I'm sewing. And so these little ones that I have work perfect for my counting pins. So that's how much I got done on him for the first day of winter. And ironically, so I'm going to do Whip Go again for 25. I've set myself with more reasonable goals. So I'm hopeful that I can finish a lot of things that are really, really close to finishes. They just need a little bit of love. And ironically, this one came up for a finish for January. So I was really happy. So you guys get to see now what it's going to look like. And then I can start working on it January 1st. The other one that came up for also a finish was Spring Art Nouveau. I did not grab it, but it came up for a finish as well. So you're good to see both of them. All right, so next one up is my 30 minutes a day, which is the Night Cafe. This is a Leonid Afromov. I cannot talk today. And this is one that I told you guys that I messed up on. And so if you look closely, so see that red right there? From there, basically that swath down, that's what I'm going to be short. And I did a recount on it, and I actually took it that close to the edge. And essentially where I'm going to be short is from that little red dot down the length of the project. So that's where I'm at now. I'm trying to, so this is going to be in Full Coverage Fanatics. I'm putting this in for a page finish. So my goal is to finish this first page in 25. So, but I did get as far across the top as I can go. So that gives you an idea. I'm sad that it's not going to be the full thing, but I don't feel like the bit that I'm missing is going to be that detrimental in the, you know, what the project is going to look like. I think it's going to be fine. All right, and then the last thing that I worked on was my festive frosting, and I am trying to, not only because it's Christmas, but also because I'm trying to finish another cupcake. So I'm working on this one here, but then I've also, what threads I finish off there that will go into here, I'm coming across and working on this one. And I almost have him done. I'm hoping, well, he was going to get finished tonight, but I'll show you why he's not. So that's where I'm at. And like I said, you can see that I've brought some threads across and worked over here. But I have a little bit, let's see, yeah, I've got a little bit right here and that little bit of backstitch. And then I need to backstitch his nose. And this one will be done. So I am going to, I've put it in my plans. Yawns are coming, that this will be a finish next year. So let's see what I can get done. All right, so where my plans got changed. So like many of you, which I have been seeing on Facebook, it's kind of funny to me, ironically funny. So for those of us who are participating in the Haid Sal, which the only reason that I am doing this was because one of my besties absolutely fell in love with this picture. And I was like, okay, I'm going to make this for her. So I put my name in the hat. Morgan joined too. She is doing, is it DeCantos? DeSantos? It's the gray picture with the couple in like a black silhouette down at the bottom. Beautiful piece. So I am going to do Jelly World. I am doing it on a piece of 14 count white fabric. I got it cut and hemmed, and I even ran it through the washing machine because this felt like it was rougher than burlap. It was bad. So now it's very manageable, very friendly to the touch. I went through and I am missing 12 colors, which I'm not worried about because hopefully next weekend, no, not tomorrow, but next weekend, I can go out and get the 12 colors that I'm missing. I have enough to get started. They did release the pattern today, so I'm going to be able to get started on it. So what I wanted to tell you guys about with my ornament. So my goal for this, obviously, there's several reasons. One, if you finish the pattern that you chose, you get all of the patterns that they had, which there are 2 or 3 others that I would really like to stitch, and you get a free one of your choice. Mainly, I want to do this, of course, for my best friend, but one of the stitchers that I watch is stitching on Flosstube. She is stitching this gorgeous sampler, and the color palette is stunning. And so she has an ornament or an ort jar just specifically designated for that project, and it's a pretty massive project. And I was like, that is really cool, but I don't have anything that, you know, I'm just going to solely focus on. And then I decided to take this out. So this beast is, I can tell you, I think I wrote it down, 90,240 stitches. That comes out to 248 stitches a day to be completed by December 31st of 2025. Which works perfect because her birthday is in January. So I can get it done in time, get it framed, and get it sent to her in time for her birthday. So it's win-win. I just have to do it. But this color palette is so pretty. So when I was doing my deep clean of so in this closet right here, I have a dresser that is just designated for all of my pen pal, my stationery, my stickers, basically everything that involves all of my writing paraphernalia. And I also keep in there my collection of Mill Hill beads. I have them in metal. They were actually cocoa tins that this friend gave me several years ago, but it works perfect to keep them, you know, dry, keep them all organized. And I have them in there, but I have a bunch of these leftover baubles from a big bunch of 24 that I bought a few years ago. And so yesterday I was going through and I was cleaning them and, you know, reorganizing, getting all the stickers and the note cards and everything all put in order. And I found the 4 that I have left. So remember I told you guys, you know, if I do this many stitches again, I'm going to have a big one like this? I won't, because I am going to designate one of those baubles. And again, they're smaller than these. They're more round, but they're not as tall. So I guess, well, maybe that's the same amount of room. I don't think so, though. I feel like those are smaller. Anyway, pardon me. I think it would be really cool to have one of those just specifically designated for these orts, and then have another one designated for the orts for all of my other projects. That's my plan. So, best laid plans, right? I have my box out. I picked out a pair of scissors, and of course I didn't grab that box. But I have a set of scissors. They're only about yay long, maybe 2.5 inches. And they will be perfect because I plan on taking this on our next vacation. Oh, are you coming back to say hi? He just jumps up here. See what I mean by he's just got a little bit of orange? No, don't knock it down, you goose. See, I told you he's part orange cat. Just say hi. Can you just say hi to the peoples? Hi, yeah. I know you don't like to be held. Hop down. So anyway, that is my plan. If I don't come to you before then, I have the plans that I've showed you. all ready for January, which also include Whip Go, which also include Bring Go. I still need to upload all those pictures and whatnot to the magazine monthly challenge page, so those are there. I have my stitching shelf, which I want to do better about working on, and now I have my jellies. So I have nothing to get done between now and then, besides the fact that somebody is getting ready to go back to college and I still need to get his shirts made that he asked for to have when he goes back to school. So I can tell you that all parties receive their quilts. All parties love their quilts. The big quilt that I showed you guys that I told you that needed to be done for Christmas, that was like the one that I had made for Morgan and Logan. So because of the weather and because Preston had to work, or is working, we were not able to get together for our Christmas plans. So it's not quite done. It still has some more work to do on it. But I think we're going to shoot for probably later in January to get together. Just because work schedules and yeah, just lots going on. So it's not a big deal. I just need to get it done. So, and then we'll get together. I think that is all of my plans and my updates. Not a very long one today, but hope you guys have enjoyed what I've shown you. Thank you again to the new subscribers that have joined us. And again, I will try to come back before the new year, but let's not make any promises. Let's just say that I will wish you a very happy new year. Be safe and happy stitching. And for those of you that are participating in the Haid Stitch Along, I would love to hear what you're working on or what you've decided to stitch. And until I come back to you again, just remember to be safe and have a happy new year, and remember to be kind. Have a good day, guys. Happy New Year.